Hi, Elise. My name is Angel Cox, and I am in your class this semester. I wanted to say thank you for sharing your video with us. I learned a lot from your video. I found a lot of commonalities as well as some contrast, but I wanted to say that I learned a lot from your video, and I just really appreciate the research that you did in order to provide a clear and thought out and expressive video based on the topic that we had this week. So I found this week within your video that I did like that you said that we are creations of God. However, because of the fall of man, we now are subject to illnesses or not being quote unquote healthy and whole and unflawed or untouched from an illness. And so I think it's very interesting that within our culture and within our world, we see mental illness as a sin or as a negative, condition that is also just, it's looked at as if something's wrong with you and you are kind of just set apart from our own society, and you're kind of like the woman who had the issue with blood in the Bible. It was kind of like you're pushed aside. You were looked at as if you have an issue, as if your mental illness can kind of affect someone else, or as if it's a negative thing, or as if it's something that should cause someone to be isolated and put into a box. And so I do like the way you described that. Unfortunately, our society does do that, but I like how you did correlate that as well as just with the Bible, and how it's because of the fall that we now have this issue, or we now have to work to overcome. But I also like how you said that mindfulness has been shown and proven, and when you use mindfulness in the way of prayer, it's been shown and proven to produce healing. Being mindful of God and being mindful of his omnipotence and being mindful of his ability to heal can produce healing within the mind of others that are experiencing those mental illnesses. And even though mental illness sometimes is related to sickness, it doesn't always mean that you can't be made whole. And so I love how God just reminds us that he can do exceedingly and abundantly, and he is the God who can heal, and he's the God who can redeem the time. And so it's, even though we may have to go through the process of being sick, God is able to heal, or he's able to give us the strength and be able to give us the grace to be able to push through and to be able to live with that illness until we experience healing. Or if we have to endure it for the rest of our lives, he's able to give us that ability and that grace and that anointing to be able to walk in a regular life, even with that mental illness. So thank you for your video. I learned a lot.